Phonétique, terminaison des infinitifs. Les infinitifs qui se terminent en ER. Le R ne se prononce pas. La terminaison ER se prononce E. Ok, really important. The R is silent. We don't pronounce it if the infinitive verb ends with ER. Here are some verbs that ends with ER. Voici des verbes qui se terminent par ER. Aller, communiquer, étudier. At the end of the lesson, I'm gonna share you the list of the 50 verbs like most common in French and we're gonna pronounce it. Numéro 2. Les infinitifs qui se terminent en re, ir, war, le R se prononce. All the other infinitive verbs that don't end with ER, but they end with RE, IR, OIR, you have to pronounce it. Alors, the R, how do we pronounce le R français? Alors, in English, the R, it's more pronounced. This letter is more pronounced, on the front, like with your tongue. But in French, we pronounce the R at the back of the throat. R. R. You can exaggerate. Actually, there is like a tip. You can like kind of gargling water, like this. R. You can exaggerate it and then like soften it, but because you don't have to be like a caricature, like a parody. Try exercise yourself. It's a good exercise to do it. But then you can take some words, for example, like the most famous one, Paris. We don't say Paris. No, we say Paris. Okay. Okay, a difficult one. Infinitive verb. Regarder, regarder. Like the first is bit softened, but the second one, like it's more like at the back of the throat. Regarder. Okay? Let's see the ending of the infinitive because this is the subject of the lesson. It's just a small tip to pronounce the R in French. The second part of the lesson, we're gonna learn how to pronounce the U français and the U, but no, let's focus on this. So, this kind of infinitive, you should pronounce it always, the ending. Attendre, finir, pouvoir. Listen, pouvoir, finir. OK? Numéro 3. Voici la liste des 20 verbes les plus fréquents. So, in your book, you can find this small list. Let's read it and repeat with me, please. Maybe what you can do is like put a pause on the video and try to pronounce yourself alone this list of 20 verbs and then listen to my pronunciation and see if it's correct or not. And repeat with me just after me. Numéro 1, être, to be. Numéro 2, avoir, to have. Numéro 3, faire, to do or to make. Numéro 4, dire, to say. 5, aller, to go. 6, voir, to see. 7, savoir, to know. 8, pouvoir, can or to be able to do something. 9, falloir. Alors here there is no translation because it's a bit difficult to translate falloir. Falloir is a particular verb. Actually, I'm gonna teach you how to conjugate it. That's it. Il faut. This verb is only conjugated with il. So you don't use je, tu, nous, vous. No. Just il faut, and actually you have to use it with an infinitive verb. For example, il faut manger or il faut travailler. What does it mean, il faut? It means you must, one must, or you have to, it's necessary to. It's like this kind of three translation. Il faut manger, ah, we have to meet. Okay, it's necessary to eat. Il faut travailler, we have to work. So it's a good, actually, you can like learn it right now because and learn all these infinitive verbs so you can start to make small sentence. For example, how you would say, okay, I'm gonna use a verb we already see before. It's necessary to drink. You gonna say il faut boire. Ah, I pronounce the R at the end. Hein. Il faut boire. Il faut manger. Il faut boire. Il faut travailler. It's necessary to sleep. Il faut dormir. Il faut dormir. Okay, let's go back to the list. 10, vouloir, to want. 11, venir, to come. 12, prendre, to take. 13, arriver, to arrive. It can mean also to happen. 14, croire, to believe. 15, mettre, to put. 16, passer, to pass or to spend time, passer du temps. For example, to spend time, passer du temps. But normally it's to pass. 17, devoir, to have to. 18, parler, to speak. 19, trouver, to find. 20, donner, to give. Alors, and it was a good opportunity to start learn the over number from 10 to 20. Let's have a look at this list. It's not in the book, but I'm gonna share with you. You can find it in the description or on the next lesson. You can find the link or the PDF. It's only one page. Les 50 verbes les plus fréquents en français, like the most 50 common verbs in French. So you would find mostly the same for the 21st. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same. For example, we can find here aimer, like to like or to love. Mhm. One of the most used French verb we use in the song because we are so romantic. No, it's not true. Okay. I'm gonna pronounce all these lists. Okay. And then I'm gonna go back to some of them if there is some like particularity or maybe some you might have some question for any of them. Okay, I'm gonna pronounce it like a bit quicker without the translation because you can read it. Okay. Être, avoir, faire, dire, pouvoir, aller, voir, savoir, vouloir, venir, devoir, prendre, trouver, donner, parler, aimer, passer, mettre, demander, tenir, sembler, laisser, rester, penser, entendre. On continue. Regarder, répondre, rendre, connaître, paraître, arriver, sentir, attendre, vivre, chercher, comprendre, sortir, porter, devenir, revenir, entrer, écrire, perdre, produire, ouvrir, lire, gagner, jouer, finir, manger. Okay, maybe what it's difficult. Okay, let's start from the end. For example, gagner. How I pronounce this one? Gagner. In French, the letter G with the N, we pronounce it mieux. Mieux gagner. Gagner. Okay? What else do we have? Revenir, it's the same as venir, but with the prefix revenir, to come back, to come again. Devenir, to become. Okay, porter, to carry, to wear. Hein. If it's some clothes, it would be porter. Porter un maillot, porter un t-shirt. Ok, I remember, like connaître. Alors, connaître is to know someone or to know a place. Ok, for example, là, je connais Jean-Pierre. I know Jean-Pierre. This guy, I know him. Or je connais Paris. I already visited Paris, yes. But savoir, it's like to know a fact or to be able to do something. For example, je sais nager. I know how to swim. Okay. What else do we have? Répondre, to reply. Regarder, to watch, paraître, to appear, to seem. It can also be another translation. Same, so we have in French the difference between entendre, to hear, écouter, to listen. Okay, so to entendre, it's like more passive. For example, entendre un bruit, like to hear a noise, entendre un bruit. But you would say écouter de la musique, listen music, écouter de la musique. Penser, to think. Alors, rester, it's not to rest. Hein. To rest in French, we say se reposer. Okay, like to have a break, have a sleep, se reposer. But rester in French means to stay, to stay. Laisser, to let, to leave, sembler, to seem, demander, to ask for, or to ask something. Mettre, passer, aimer, donner, trouver. I think the other one are okay. Très bien, très bien. So next class, I'm gonna teach you how to pronounce and how to make the difference between the sound U and OU. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. Au revoir.